and welcome to the show, our second ever Ding Dong Derby Day Christmas cracker. Well, the weather and rail strikes have caused chaos in the third and fourth tiers, but fear not, as we have a superb game for you from the second city. Bournville have endured a roller coaster of a season with just one win, but they've secured 6 losing bonuses as they aim for a first win of the season at Avery Fields. New boys Newport Salop have slipped recently, their last win coming in October, and they could get overtaken in Birmingham today. It's a strong start from Bournville. Certainly haven't been pushovers at Avery Fields. It's been on the wrong side by narrow margins. They're powering towards the 5-metre line though, and it's forced the error out of Newport Salop and will go back for the penalty. So this is Max Craven, the ex-Nottingham man. Swapped East Midlands for West Midlands a couple of years ago and he's very much at home. Bournville have the lead. Coulson, Leonard, twisting and turning and finding a gap in the Bournville defence, brought down by Thompson. Road has not been kind to Newport Salop, only 1 win in 7 trips. And that's a great run from Taylor. He's supported by Perry, and this time it's an open road to the try line. The wake-up call came from the Chocos, and the Shropshire side have responded. Christopher Perry with the first try of the day, and it's an absolute beauty. Newport Salop have arrived. Only 2 minutes of the first half left. Another big carry from Bournville. Thompson lining up a move. Can the Chocos snatch the lead back? Drawn a lot of men into this breakdown. Now Tibbets pounces. There's Cantello, sells the dummy and scores. It's so simple. A cocktail of pack power and quick thinking backs always brings tries. And in this battle at the bottom, it gives Bournville the edge. Bournville turning the screw. Kept momentum over the break. Weaver shielding it. He's been caught out by the tidal wave of movement. And it's very messy now, but the Chocos keep in touch. Donnelly taking it closer. Now Tibbets, he wants to change the direction, and it's Ethan Walker who will score. It's his first try of the season, so he's every right to celebrate. It's all falling into place for Bournville right now. Buckley with another rhinoceros-esque charge at the defence. He tried to hold him up, but he bundles over the 10. Adams into Brown, into Leonard. Now he'll drive. He's found a gap in the defence, and it's Taylor inside, outside, and over the top to Bailey to jog it in. There's life left in Newport Salop yet. One little step from Jacob Leonard broke Bournville. Taylor brilliantly feeding Fred Bailey, and could the visitors yet secure a derby double? Advantage coming. Tibbets wants it. Wants to try and get his backs involved, but Burgoyne spotted the gap, and the referee gives it. An early Christmas gift from Newport Salop with a gaping hole that James Burgoyne would fill. It's jingle bells for Bournville all the way to victory. Newport Salop with not quite enough in the stocking, but it's given us a Christmas cracker. Full time, Bournville 22, Newport Salop 12.
Absolutely delighted to finally get a win at home. We've definitely struggled before Christmas. A lot of close losses, a lot of bonus points we picked up. So to finally get a win this side and bring it into the new year is absolutely fantastic. The boys are chuffed, and I'm sure we'll have a feel so good tonight.
Local derby, a lot of history between ourselves and Newport. Come up kind of through the grades over the last few years. We're fighting out for the title of level 6, fighting out for the title of level 5, and probably in a different dogfight now at level 4, and we're all getting the table. So it was vital that we got this win today. We were glad to get the game on, not too many on with the cold weather, but the boys did really well despite the conditions. At times it opened up and it was quite an entertaining game. So really happy to get the win on, and most importantly, they're not picking up anything. So it bodes well for our run in January, and I'm sure everyone will be enjoying themselves over this Christmas period.
Well, that game has certainly tightened things up in National 2 West. We'll take a look at the tables later, but let's head 145 miles away now, as there's a similar story unfolding in National 2 East. Westcliff's woes have been non-stop this season. They're the only team in National League Rugby without a win. They have the highest points conceded and the second lowest scored. But Rochford Hundred have endured a tough run of their own, their last win coming in October, and their last win on the road all the way back in round 1. With just 3 miles between these sides, this Essex rivalry is the most intense of derbies. It's a strong opening from Rochford Hundred to get here. We're on a different pitch to the regular one at the Gables. It's a comfortable win at the set piece, and it's back with Kayleigh Gray. Westcliff being stubborn. But there's the turn, the acceleration, the drive, the opening try. Rochford Hundred lead. It's the first time we've said that since October's trip to Dorking. Pack Power delivering the prize after just 5 minutes. Morant lining up an attack. That's Walker bulldozing ahead. An advantage coming though, and the referee blows.
Illegal. First one here, 22, not rolling.
Westcliff piling on the pressure to win a penalty. Greg Bannister. Despite the troubles for the hosts, he has 76 points from the boot. Cold still conditions, and it's ice cool from the number 10. Westcliff just 2 points behind. What a start to this Essex derby. Intricate stuff from Rochford Hundred. They want an immediate response, and what a drive that is. Gray comes again, metres away now. Support comes in. Black wave. David Rufai planning a move. Steps inside, goes down and scores. Second try. The question was asked by Westcliff, that's the answer. Again, Rochford Hundred show their physicality to hammer home. It's a compelling opening quarter to say the least. What can Westcliff do in response now? Teddy Moss finds Nichols. Now Potter is onto it. He starts that splinter in the Rochford pack. It's given them momentum. Listen to that crowd willing their team over the line, and they've done it. First try for Westcliff, put over by James Scoggins. Rochford given a taste of their own medicine. Westcliff find themselves 2 points behind as they hunt for back-to-back derby wins at the Gables. Line-out count continues to tick up. The game dominated by set pieces. Gray spot on with that one. It just catches Westcliff on the back foot. Rochford gaining a couple of metres. Duaby involved now. The break comes from Gray. And Rochford Hundred have a third try. Incisive and instinctive from the hooker. It's 3 tries in 4 games for Kayleigh Gray, and he is certainly feeling the festive spirit now. By all accounts, it's a huge improvement for Westcliff. It's their lowest half-time deficit since the trip to the rugby park. Morant's dug it out. There is an advantage coming. Hogarth with the deep run. Trying to create something Westcliff, but we will take it back for the penalty. All eyes on Greg Bannister again to keep his 100% record. 4 points between the two sides. Just when you think Rochford Hundred are pulling away, Westcliff are back in it. The epitome of a derby day. Another climb. Duaby, great run from him. And now the space is suddenly opening up in the Westcliff defence. There's a huge one to burst through, and it's the hat-trick hero, Kayleigh Gray. Well, the smile on his face may be small, but the cheers from the Rochford Hundred faithful are large. 3 in a row with a scoring bonus, but the real gift is what will surely be a first win in 2 months. Bannister. He's eluded 2 tackles, eventually brought down. Sun is getting low, but a late surge from Westcliff is rising. Rochford almost getting caught out. Advantage still coming for Westcliff. There's a tussle for the ball, real battle at the breakdown, but the penalty is given. A valiant effort from Westcliff, but it will be bar humbug as Rochford Hundred have a star on top of their tree in Kayleigh Gray. Full-time Westcliff 16, Rochford Hundred 22.
Yeah, I mean, it's a derby day, so all like previous form goes out the window. So all the lads like from them and us like sort of knew each other, so we knew what each other were going to get. It's going to be a bit of a grudge match as such, but made the most of our penalties, and as I say, scored a few tries in the corner off the maul, and a few quick rucks meant get some easy tries. So yeah, it's a good game.
Who stood out?
This guy, little hat-trick. To be fair, it was a forwards game, I'd say. So I think there was 5 tries in the game. I think all 5 were from catching drives or come from set play. So he was on the end of 3 of them.
I mean, the nature of this league, it's like you've just got to keep on top form like every single week. It's like whoever turns up in front of you. Like first game of the season, we played against a relegated that one team and played really well against them, turned them over with a really good first half, blew them out of the water. So if we can keep that type of form going for the rest of the season, turn up to every game like a big first 10-20 minutes, then I think we can beat anyone.
Let's head up to National 1 now, as the top 4 in the third tier all look to get an edge going into Christmas.
Let's start with the Friday night lights at the Rock, where Rosslyn Park opened the scoring with a try from Seb Strang after just 3 minutes. These sides played out a thriller at Molesey Road in September, and a rapid response from Isha's Finlay McBrearty just 2 minutes later suggested it would be another here. The first half continued in the same way, but Park showed some of the rugby that got them a half-century win 2 weeks ago. Joe Lucas Smith finishing here. Isha had Sam Morley to thank for victory against Darlington Modern Park last week, and the fly half was on point from Oliver Norris' score for a 4-point lead at half-time. Whatever Jonathan Mills said at the break inspired the Londoners to a brutal response, as Charlie Piper and Harry Ledger profited from the extra space. Henry Spencer put the cherry on top of the win for Rosslyn Park as they made it back-to-back home wins, but bigger challenges await the hosts in 2023. On the southwest coast, Plymouth Albion wasted no time returning to action as George Mills made his way past the line to score just 7 minutes in at Brickfields. Taunton Titans were searching for a first win since the end of October, but the pack power from their opposition was too much at them all. James Salter scoring. Tony Yapp's side have only scored 82 points in that time, but found themselves one converted try behind at the break when second row Sam Knott powered over. But there will be another fast start for the host. Carl Spear getting over the line after just 4 minutes. Albion aiming for consecutive home wins. Taunton offered up some competition and enjoyed luck in the wide spaces. Gabriel Goss finding his way over 5 minutes later to cut the gap down again and keep fans on the edge of their seats. But the last try of the game would be a decider for Albion's bonus point chase. Jeremy Toir showing off his power to give the hosts something to cheer at Christmas. And a headline game at Headlingley in their annual fixture at the 20,000-seated stadium. Leeds Tykes shocked Sale FC with a rapid-fire start from Ty Maxwell Whiteley. The Northerners have been on the wrong end of fortune, but quick thinking and quality footwork from winger Harry Dukes increased the lead and chances of victory. While Sale FC hit back through Joshua Brown, Tykes weren't playing like a team struggling in the table. Winger Saramiah Turagabeki dancing his way to the line. But this would be well and truly a game of two halves. Sale FC looked back to their best up front, with James Harper forcing his way over to cut the gap down. An exchange of sin bins then ended up in favour of the visitors. Will Dennis dismissal leading to a penalty which James Robbins kicked through to level the match. Sale FC have endured plenty of late drama this season, and there was more in this Christmas cracker. Jake Barron barrelling over to put his side on a great position.
It was pleasing to get the four points, definitely. A little bit of a missed opportunity towards the back end of the game. We had a penalty reversed to potentially get 5. But no, relieved to get 4, to be fair, especially after that first half Leeds put in. I thought they were outstanding, to be fair, in the first half, and a few misplaced kicks from us, but no, delighted to get the win. Yeah, nice to go into Christmas top of the table. Obviously lots of work to do still going into the second half of the season now, but no, the boys deserve a bit of a break. And
4 games were postponed in National 1, which will be played out in the first and second weekends of February. Find out more about our partners, VO, at ncarugby.com. After 10 weeks at the top, Rams were knocked off pole position as Sale FC lead at Christmas. Rosslyn Park are up a place with their win. Plymouth Albion return once again to the top half. Events at Brickfields push Darlington and Birmingham Moseley down a place. Isha and Leeds Tykes take bonus points as the relegation battle is separated by just 3 points. The weather truly put a freeze on National 2 North action, with all of the games postponed due to frozen pitches. 3 were called off on Saturday after late inspection. It means Sedgley Park lead the way, still unbeaten. Fylde are only 2 points behind, but a chasing pack of 4 want to disrupt the pair in the new year. 8 points are between Tyndale and Sheffield in an enticing mid-table battle. The relegation battle looks to be between 4 teams, separated by just 13 points.
Let's return to National 2 West now, as Bournville and Newport Salop's relegation rivals were also in action.
More weather chaos meant just one other game took place at the Crumb, and Loughborough students wasted no time as Sam Kildunn went over after just 40 seconds. Visitors Stourbridge, aiming for a first win in over 2 months, responded thanks to a lucky bounce of the ball, centre Arthur Morgan scoring here. However, the students got their revenge, and after some impressive play from the man of the match Finn Carnduff, James Naylor extended the lead. Some poor discipline from the home side led the opposition to score, which Jack Lee powerfully placed down, his 10th try of the season. The home side were not in the mood for consecutive losses, and Stourbridge were left nonplussed when Tim Hoyt started the second half with a bonus point try. 2 more tries followed for Loughborough students, Kildunn finishing off a hat-trick in style to leave Stourbridge in a worrying position ahead of the festive season.
A tough day for Stourbridge today at Loughborough. Had a lot of injuries over the last few months, not really getting any better, but we put a good performance in today, spirited performance. 3 weeks off, so hopefully we'll get a few of our injured players back, and it's a tough ask the second half of the season, but we've got some fight in us, and if we can get 1 or 2 more guys involved over the next few weeks, hopefully we'll bounce back. So the only way is up.
4 games in National 2 West were called off on the morning of kick-off, meaning all the action took place in the bottom half of the table. Despite not being in action, Leicester Lions gained 5 points due to a conceded game by Stourbridge, so the Midland side lead by 11 points, with Clifton their nearest opponents. Loughborough students are now 5 points off third. Bournville's win tightens the relegation battle, a win putting Newport Salop 7 off Old Redcliffians. Stourbridge are deducted 5 points.
And let's finish back in National 2 East with some tight clashes at the top and bottom of the table.
Improvise, adapt and overcome. That's exactly what Barnes did after their home ground was frozen over as they played host to Guernsey at Rosslyn Park. Barnes were unstoppable in the first half, scoring 14 points in 8 minutes. Cameron Roberts opened the scoring after 3 minutes, followed shortly by Paul O'Dell. Paddy McDougall added a third try after the forwards continued to overpower Guernsey in their own territory. The visitors finished off the half in search of a Christmas miracle. The half-time Oranges worked a treat for Barnes. A full team performance and Cameron Hudson's trickery saw the centre score the 4th try of the afternoon. Guernsey weren't going to give up without a fight though. As the game entered the final quarter, centre Ethan Smith scored with Charlie Davis adding the conversion. A final try swiftly followed from Dominic Rice, but for Guernsey, this is not the most wonderful time of the year as they head home with no points.
Yeah, it's an important win. We just said to the boys there, like, the targets we want to be and where we want to be by the end of the year, it's important we have back-to-back wins against teams home and away, so that's Guernsey done home and away, 10 points out of 2 games, so really important. Yeah, pretty happy with that. The way we started, 3 tries nice and early, some good execution there in the first 20 minutes, so really happy.
Like last year at Barnes, we were probably chasing games, whereas other teams are chasing games against us now, and it's great just to hold on to a win. Good physicality shown, and yeah, we'll take it 5 points going into Christmas and enjoy it, do a little bit of time off.
Improvising was something we had to do too, as 5 games were called off late in National 2 East. Check out the YouTube channel to catch up over Christmas. Barnes are propelled to second, but the top half is set up for a superb run-in, with 10 points between the leaders Blackheath and 7th placed Henley Hawks. Rochford Hundred are up by 1 place in the only change at the bottom, while Westcliff won a bonus point. It's a mountain to climb in the survival race against North Walsham and Canterbury.
Well, that's it for National League Rugby in 2022. The 3rd and 4th tiers are truly the gifts that keep on giving. We wish you all a very Merry Christmas and hope you'll join us for more tries, drama and title races in 2023. See you then. What's up guys, Warren Muggleton here reporting from New Milton Rugby Club. Thank you so much for watching that National League Rugby video. For more from the 3rd and 4th tiers of English rugby, then subscribe just over here. And don't forget to click the bell too so you're notified when new content is published. That one there, give yourselves a bit of Christmas cheer and enjoy some National League Rugby.